Okay, so let's begin. And there we go. Just so you see, most of you, your prospective students, a couple of parents, some high school counselors, like I said. So welcome to the session, everyone. My name's David. I'm from the marketing and recruitment team here at the Lowy International School at Tel Aviv University. Let's begin. So I'm going to begin by, before we actually begin the session, I want to take a few moments just to give you some key updates about the situation here in Israel. Despite the tragic events of October the 7th, academic life at the Lowy International School continues. Our international students have been actively engaged, both on and off campus, contributing significantly. An exemplary initiative by our international students is forming a global task force comprising 30 students from all over the world. This group is dedicated to combating disinformation, leveraging their skills to share accurate information on social media about the situation in Israel and utilizing their international networks to raise awareness. Given the escalating anti-Israel sentiments, protests, and actions, particularly on university campuses in Europe and the United States, the task force work is vital. Moreover, our international students have participated in various volunteer initiatives. They've visited and supported families affected by the situation in Gaza, hosting evacuees from the south of Israel in university dorms. Collaborating with our student life team, they've organized meetings and dinners to facilitate interaction and support with these families. I cannot thank our international students enough. They are truly helping to rebuild Israel so that we will emerge stronger and better in the coming months. To those of you who know Hebrew, in Hebrew we say kol hakavod, which is a much more higher way of saying well done. It actually means all the honor to you. And we cannot thank our international students enough. The safety and security of all of our students remains our top priorities. Comprehensive safety training, welcome kits with safety information, and regular communications are provided to all students. TAU maintains 24/7 security on campus and dormitories with strict entry protocols. Emergency response procedures, including contact through mobile phones and social media groups, are in place. So in conclusion, academic life continues uninterrupted and our international students actively contribute to our community's well-being. Our campus remains open and is safe for all students, which is a distinction not shared by many other universities, I have to say. Our classes and programs are proceeding as planned, with admissions for the 2024-2025 undergraduate programs now open, and we invite you to join us. We will have a Q&A session at the end where you're welcome to ask any questions if I've not addressed them in this welcome address. So welcome everyone to our post-high school webinar. Like I said, my name's David. I'm from the marketing team here at the Lowy International School. I'm going to begin in a few moments and take 5 or 10 minutes to give you an overview of the Lowy International School, Tel Aviv University student life. I'll then hand over to Sarah, who is our GAP program coordinator of our new LA GAP program. Hi, Sarah, I can see you're here. Sarah will introduce that program. We'll then hand over to Louise, who heads up the BA in Management and Liberal Arts. We'll then hand over to Ayelet, who heads up 2 programs, which is the original BA in Liberal Arts and the BA Liberal Arts dual degree with Columbia University. We'll then finish with a presentation of the BA in Music program. I think time-wise, it can be anything from 40 minutes to an hour. We have scheduled time to have a Q&A session at the end as well. Okay. So I'm going to begin by a video that will explain better than I can explain it to you about our local philosophy here called Taoism. Okay.
Tel Aviv University International, the only place in the world where you can study Taoism. What is Taoism? Well, it's a local philosophy that says the best way to study is through experience. Understand with your head, learn with your feet. The best way to study a multicultural society is to live in one. Be ready with your elevator pitch. You never know who you'll meet on campus. If you want to learn the best marketing strategies, just go to the local market. Reading about the Startup Nation? Write your own chapter. Study literature in the place that inspired the bestseller of all time. You can't resolve a conflict until you witness one. At TAU, there is always room for more questions and 400 labs to find the answers. Come experience the wisdom of Taoism at Tel Aviv University International, where first-class education meets a second-to-none lifestyle.
Okay. So I think Taoism is simply our philosophy that, you study best through experience. You learn with your head, you understand with your feet, and learning happens everywhere and sometimes when you least expect it. So when you come to us, you don't just learn in a classroom, you learn in a campus, in a city, in a country. All of these things will transform you and give you this wonderful educational experience that we call Taoism. Okay, just going out a bit and to give you a macro overview of Tel Aviv University. This is a good snapshot. Listen, we're Israel's largest and most comprehensive institution of higher education. We have 30,000 total students, 2,000 plus are international. They come from over 100 countries. Typically, maybe 30, 40% can come from North America, but the rest can come from all over the world, from LATAM, from Europe, Asia, Australia, as well as the international community here in Tel Aviv. You heard in the video that we're a big institution. We have 9 faculties, 125 labs, schools and departments, 400 labs, 1 campus, 220 acres just north of downtown Tel Aviv. We truly are a multidisciplinary institution of academic excellence. You heard in the film, we also have 130 research institutions, 3,500 projects annually. We're a big, big institution. So I'm not going to go into all of them, but obviously being Israel's foremost academic institution, we're very proud of our rankings. We're the #1 choice among Israeli students. We're ranked in the top 100 innovation university by Reuters. We're ranked in the top 20 in the world in terms of scientific citations. We're ranked 5th for entrepreneurship, right after leading American universities like Stanford, MIT, UC Berkeley, and Harvard. And we're the only non-US institution to make that top 10 list. And also 55%, the same within the top 10 schools producing VC-backed founders. Again, we're the only non-US institution to make that top 10 list. 55% of our campus population is women. 2 years ago, the university set up its very first Equality and Diversity Commission, headed up by Professor Netta Ziv. And her remit, it's clear, it's to enhance equality and diversity among everyone on campus. Can we just pop yourselves on mute, everyone? There's some feedback coming in. You make sure you guys are all on mute. Okay, I can hear. Okay. Bear with me. So as I mentioned, we're a multidisciplinary institution of academic excellence, and our impact is felt large and wide. We have a vast range of research and teaching fields that create unique and fascinating connections between disciplines that are not traditionally connected to each other. And that alone provides infinite possibilities for academic creativity. As I said, 130 research institutions, 400 labs, world-class faculty, renowned professors, students from 100 plus countries. Every year, our students perform over 300,000 hours of community service. And also you get to live and experience Tel Aviv, the wonderful Mediterranean city of Tel Aviv that we call home. If you've not been to Tel Aviv, it's a pulsating, vibrant city. It's Israel's cultural and commercial capital. It's been called Mediterranean capital of cool by the New York Times. It's a non-stop city with amazing nightlife, cuisines, and cultures, a city you can never stop exploring. We're very proud of our Tel Aviv roots. The tagline of the city is non-stop, and our tagline is non-stop discovery. Just so you know that there's over 5,000 restaurants, cafes, and bars in Tel Aviv, over 120 museums and art galleries. And also it's very much the epicenter in the heart of the Israeli startup ecosystem. There's over about 2,500 startups within a couple of miles radius of the university. I'm not going to go into all of them, but this is just a key snapshot of some alumni that are changing the world in different fields. It's 200,000 strong with 15,000 international alumni that are making an impact in their respective fields. I mentioned before amazing rankings we have in business, innovation, entrepreneurship, and you can see that here with people from Mobileye, Google, Waze, and Facebook. But you also have other people that you may not have heard of, like Yotam Ottolenghi, who's a very celebrated Israeli chef and author. Also Professor Anit Sachi, who developed a new way to treat and prevent melanoma through a nano vaccine for skin cancer. So we hope that after your time at Tel Aviv University, you'll be successful and make an impact in your region and area of expertise and help fly the flag for TAU. I'm just going a bit quick because I'm conscious of time. If there's one thing apart from the academic excellence that you're going to hear about, it's the student life team. I think they're the next best thing about coming to study with us. We call them madruchim, which is the Hebrew word for guide or counselor. And they're there just to welcome you to Tel Aviv University. So you're not coming to a quote foreign country. They're there on arrival day, on orientation. They're available 24/7 for any issues or support you need, and it doesn't have to be academic. They live in the dorms with you. They'll also have events on campus like yoga night, movie night, pizza night. Plus, they'll take you and all of the other international students on day trips in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem and overnight trips in the north and the south and in the south. So you'll get to experience the real Israel with the student life team. And that sense of community extends through. So, of course, we have on-campus housing. There's full security there. There's health insurance. There's doctor's office. The dorms have laundry facilities. Study rooms, quiet rooms, social rooms, a small gym as well. The actual student life team live in the dorms with you as well. So for many of you, it's your first time living away from home. The dorms is great because you have independence, but at the same time, you're surrounded by other international students, plus our madruchim. So it's very much a structured program and environment as well. And some pictures here of the dorms. I won't go into all of them, but just, of course, we're a leading institution, so we have close links to industry through things like Remote, which is a business engagement center, and they nurture and transform Tel Aviv University's inventions into products. TAU Ventures, an academic venture capital fund. We have Ignite by Collar, which is a student entrepreneurship club run by students for students. There's the Entrepreneurship Center on campus run by professionals from the industry. Also, every year on campus, we have these amazing events like Annual Cyber Week and Artificial Intelligence Week. And these really are the critically acclaimed, the top go-to events for cybersecurity and AI professionals in the world. Typically, we have about 9,000 or 10,000 delegates from 80 countries that come to campus for an entire week. I do want to say as well that we have our own scholarships as well. So I do recommend on our website, we'll send out links afterwards to everyone. We have scholarships that we offer, our main scholarship, plus we have a sports scholarship, plus we also have some other scholarship funds that are specifically applicable to students from a particular country or region. Also, we list their scholarships from other organizations. So I do recommend to check it out. And that's me. So I hope that's given you a bit of an overview about the university from a macro level. I'm now going to hand over to Sarah, who heads up our brand new program, which is the LA Academic Gap Program, Exploration, Leadership and Innovation, which is not yet open for applications. It's about to open in December for admission in August 2024. Sarah, are you here? Sarah, I can see you. Sarah, maybe we've lost Sarah. Hello, Sarah, I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Oh.
Okay, you're
Can you hear me?
it's very crackly. It's very crackly.
Okay.
Oh, now I can see you. Okay, now we
second.
can see you. Yeah, now you're coming. Okay, your voice is really crackly.
Okay.
Oh. Okay. Guys, if you just make sure you're on mute just while we're presenting, because I know it picks up everything. Sarah, are you ready to go first? Do you want me to ask one of the others to go first? Okay. Okay, so while Sarah's sorting out some technical issues, I think what I'll do is I'll actually... Oh, she's back. Sarah, are you back?
I am back. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great. 1 second. I'm starting the video and screen sharing. David, can you
Yes, you're co-host.
please enable screen?
You should be able to share the screen. You're now your co-host.
Here we go. For the technical difficulties. We can see the screen now. Can you hear me? We're resolved.
No, it just... Okay, now we can see you. Yes, now it's here. Yes, yes, yes. You're good to go.
Yes, we're good?
Yes.
Screen? Okay. So anyways, sorry about that.
Sarah, it's really crackling. Is everyone else hearing it, or is it just me? It's not just me, or is it?
No, there's a problem. We can't hear her well.
Yeah.
One second, let me see.
Yeah, there's
Oh my God.
don't worry, we'll figure it out. Louise, should we jump to you first? Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Let's jump to Aisha.
Sure.
I have your slide deck, Louise, so I can open it from here.
Okay,
Okay.
so hi everybody. I'm Louise. I'm very happy to be here, and I want to thank everybody for taking the time. I do want to say I'm happy that I'm being heard, and so is David. Tel Aviv is undergoing quite the rainstorm right now. So yeah, I hope everything goes well. So I'm here today to talk about our program, the Experience Different Management and Liberal Arts program. And just to give a quick kind of overview, what is our agenda in the program? What is our vision? I will try and divide a lot of my discussions. Of course, I'll try and be as quick as I can. We have an academic vision, and we also have a personal vision for the students in our program. But the birth of this program in English, truth be told, it has been running successfully for years in Hebrew at the university, was really a result of the need of the market. You know, more and more graduates of economics or management programs or even programming in computer sciences enter the market with a lack of basic skills, of what we like to call today soft skills. And the birth of this program is really to answer this need, to provide our students and future graduates with the tools to make them better businesswomen and men, better entrepreneurs, by giving them a broader education, by exposing them to a lot of the different social fields and liberal arts fields, whether it's psychology, philosophy, communication, English literature. Ayelet is going to speak about a lot of these majors, so I will not speak very widely about that. But it's really about granting our students a larger perspective, opening their minds, making them more multicultural, giving them better thinking and analysis skills. So that when they do enter the job market as employees or as their own business founders, they will have higher chances to succeed, to move up, and to be better people and co-workers. This is really what we believe. David, oh, can I?
I can do it. Just tell me and I'll move it forward. Yeah.
Thank you, David. What gent? Okay, so I really do believe, not only because I love our university and our program, that our campus, its location, our university really presents a unique setup to come and study business and entrepreneurship. David spoke about a few of the numbers, and he did mention the fact that we as a university, we're really up there with the top Ivy League US universities. I can speak about the fact that our university births unicorn companies. A unicorn company is a company which is valued or sold for over $1 billion. And I really think the reason for that is the unique ecosystem that our campus offers. And I'll try and give a bit more information about that. But I do want to say that every year, our ranking in this specific field of innovation, of entrepreneurship, keeps going up. And we keep surpassing the different universities. And in this specific unicorn ranking, we actually surpassed Yale this year. I'm very proud to say that. I will also add that we're a top management school, top 100 management school. We have 4 different business and entrepreneurship student clubs just in the management school. David spoke about the 2 venture firms that are located on campus. I will just add that those 2 firms organize different platforms, workshops, meetings, where students can come and hear people from the industry and even pitch their own ideas. They offer incubators, they offer accelerators. So again, adding to this very, very unique ecosystem that our campus offers. Yeah, David, we can move on to the next slide. So I said that I will try and focus my discussion on the academic vision and also the personal vision. And for us, it's the meeting of those 2. And we really aim to offer in our program a 360 holistic approach. So we try and give our students, David mentioned this, a lot of our students, you know, leave their home base, they come here on their own. So it's about really providing a home away from home from them, academic-wise, but also social-wise, helping them grow as much as they can, both as people and as students. And for us, it's really about giving our students a room as contributors in our programs, whether it's the overall impact and input and feedback that they have on the program, on the different courses. We welcome them to become program ambassadors in different fields. They can get a scholarship for that. For example, we have an onboarding activist, we have a documenting activist, we have a business activist, and those are students that support the program, initiate activities in the fields of their interests, and get a scholarship for that. Students, of course, are invited to attend and become very active in the different student clubs. David mentioned one of those, one of the main big ones, which is the Ignite Entrepreneurship Club. We also offer an opportunity for an exchange semester for our students. That's not a mandatory requirement in the program, but it is definitely an opportunity. I'll say a few words about that afterwards. Most of our students manage to find their own internship, again, due to this ecosystem of meetups and incubators and really different activities offered on campus on a weekly basis. If not, we do our best to provide at least one internship so that all of our graduates graduate with one internship under their belt. And we also have an honors program. So our top students in the third year are offered a chance to start taking master's courses, which will be accredited towards their master's should they choose to do it with us, hopefully, or in any other place. I do want to add the one asterisk here. As far as academic recognition is considered. Our university is Israel's, I'm proud to say, most accredited and awarded academic institution. And that means that on top of the different memberships in the different, for example, management memberships all over the world, we're members of PIMS, but we're also members of the very, very important AACSB accreditation, which means that should our students study in Israel for a few years and want to go back to their home country, the US, Europe, South Africa, Australia, their diploma will be recognized. Not all academic institutions in Israel are academically recognized as much as Tel Aviv University. I think that that's an important point to recognize in terms of that. David, you want to move on?
Yeah.
To the next? Okay. So an overview of the, the building blocks of our program. I think we offer nothing unique. This is very similar to a lot of the academic programs. It's a 3-year program. The first year, we like to call it the building blocks year, where you take the core introductory courses. So you can see a few of these, a few examples of these courses in liberal arts, critical theory, the history of ideas from Pythagoras to Google. And in management, it would be courses like business economics, organizational behavior, mathematics for management, and so on. In years 2 and 3, courses become more advanced. In liberal arts, courses become more track-based. Again, I'll leave it to Ayala to kind of explain in detail how the program works, because it works very similarly in our program, as well as in her, the full liberal arts program. The same goes for management courses, more advanced courses like marketing, finances, accounting, business law. And in year 3, like I mentioned before, we have the exchange opportunity and the internship opportunity. David?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yeah, I think we can skip this. Thank you. So I want to just elaborate a bit more on what David said when he spoke, and I also spoke about Tau Ventures, the Entrepreneurship Center, Lamot, the 2 Cyber Weeks. I will say that we buy all of our students who want to go tickets to the AI Week or the Cyber Week. Quite a few of our students attended those last year, and we're quite overwhelmed in a positive way from taking part in such an event. But really, every week when studies are conducted as usual, there are at least 2 or 3 events where students can go, they can participate in a workshop, they can listen to someone from the industry, they can initiate their own activity and really interact with this very unique ecosystem which surrounds our campus. So David mentioned before that our university is really at the heart, but it's also the beating heart of the business and entrepreneurship industry here, because almost every business startup that you will approach will have a Tau alumni working there, whether as a founder or a programmer or a marketer, and they're always happy to come back. So the ties that we have to those businesses are very tight, and they're always happy to welcome on board international students, those that add the multicultural layer with their added language knowledge, their cultural knowledge. And they're always very, very welcoming to those students as well as the Israeli students, but our international students bring an added advantage. Yeah, David? So like David mentioned, applications for our program for the 2024-25 academic year are open. A few words about our requirements. You can take a look here. The yearly costs of our program are $17,500. We estimate the cost of housing and living in Tel Aviv at between $7,000 to $8,000. We have a lot of different scholarships on offer. David, like you mentioned, I think it would be best to give the link so that people, I always recommend taking a good cup of coffee or tea and sitting down, because there are a lot of different options to go through. Yes, David, you can move on to the next slide. So feel free to keep my email, phone number, reach out to me. Would be happy to schedule a one-on-one Zoom, share more details about the program, introduce you to one of my students to share their experiences as international students. I'm here, and I hope to see some of you on campus next year. Thank you, David.
Wonderful. Thank you, Louise. Louise will stay on for the rest of the webinar, so she'll be here during the Q&A session as well, if you do have any questions you want to ask Louise. Sarah is back. Technical difficulties have been solved. Hi, Sarah. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I am ready. You can all hear me now.
Yes. Go ahead.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. My apologies for those of you out of the country. We are having a rainstorm, and like everything in Israel, you know, sometimes a little challenging here, but we are good and we're ready to rock. So anyways, I just wanted to say thank you so much for coming. And, you know, for those of you who have expressed interest in Ellie, I'm so excited and can't wait to introduce you to this program. This is something really near and dear to my heart. So without further ado, Ellie, it is a new re-envisioned gap year program. It's the first of its kind. It's unique. I mean, there are a lot of other gap programs in Israel, but this is really the first one that is focused on academic excellence and utilizing basically everything that you've heard already in this presentation and everything that you will hear that Tel Aviv University has to offer. We are tapping into all those resources and to bring it to you. So what does that mean? Basically, we're a big university, as you know, you've seen from the numbers already, and we are going to give you access to all of these resources, meaning, you know, having classes with the top professors, meeting with experts, networking, different volunteering opportunities, service learning, as well as field trips around the country, not only with our excellent student life team, but with our own program. I really want to say, first of all, why we started the program. And it really began, the inspiration why we're launching this. It started a year ago with Natan Sharansky's article saying, can a gap year in Israel transform your teen? And this is kind of our response to that. And this is our call to arms. In this article, Sharansky raises the question, and the issue of anti-Semitism on, in particular American campuses, but universities around the globe. And this was again before October 7th. And maybe taking time, not a year off, but a year on, as he famously, trademarked in that article, of taking time not only to discover yourself and develop yourself and your own critical thinking skills, but also explore Israel and also your connection to it and what it means to you. So that was a year ago. On October 7th, things have definitely changed, and we decided that this is exactly the time to press forward with it, to create a elite, academically minded program that is for students who are interested in exploring different topics in an interdisciplinary approach, multidisciplinary approach that also fosters, liberal and critical thought, critical thinking skills, meaning how to live with the dualities of, simple things of living in old and new, of living within the oldest city or oldest country in the world, but also one of the newest nations, 4,000 years old, 73 years young. So that is really our idea of starting Ellie. But what does that actually mean? So our main principles here, as the name suggests, is exploration, leadership, and innovation. That we want you to come on our program and explore not only in the classroom with our world-renowned academic professors, but also explore Israel on, tools throughout the country, really embodying Taoism, of that learning is best when it's combined, concepts in the classroom are combined with real life applications, and taking you on at least 2 different courses or 2 different field trips throughout your course. Each semester for each course, we'll have 2 different trips that are interwoven into the curriculum. Also, we are all about leadership. We want to raise and help you develop your inner voice, to be leaders in your community tomorrow, today, and in whatever way that means to you. Meaning that we'll have you engage with different leaders in our communities in Israel, as well as going on different volunteer service learning opportunities, and also to innovate. You'll have access and be able to participate in our 2 wonderful events, AI Cyber Week, as well as AI and Cyber Week, Cyber Defense. Anyways, other specifics of our program, just that it will start with a preterm OPON. Your semester program will have not only classes in the traditional format, but combined with academic field trips, as well as service learning. You'll have full access to our student life team and all the services on campus. You will be housed right here on campus again, which is 15 minutes from Tel Aviv, and also be, exposed not only to Israelis and other international students, but build a cohort with your peers. And our applications will be opening in December. This is competitive. We are requiring a minimum 3.0 GPA. There will be 2 letters of reference, one from an academic, teacher, professor, guidance counselor, and also one from a community leader, as well as your, CV, just describing extracurricular activities you're involved in. We're very excited to start this. I think it's more pressing than ever. Again, you can come for a semester or the year. It really is designed for a year for the full experience. And we are so excited to see you soon. And please feel free to message me if you have any questions. And my contact information will be provided after this meeting.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sarah.
David, back to you.
Okay, thank you. Sarah will also stay on the call and be able to answer any questions about ELLI, which is a brand new program that we just launched for the academic year 2024-2025. And as Sarah said, we're super excited about this wonderful new program. So thank you very much, Sarah. I'd like to hand over to Ayelet, who heads up 2 programs, actually, the BA in Liberal Arts our original VA baby, and the ever popular dual degree with Columbia University in New York. Ayala, are you here?
Yes, I am here.
Hi.
Thank you, David. Thank you, everyone, for the intro. The nice thing about being last is that it makes my presentation very, very condensed, simple, and to the point, because all of you have done such a wonderful job introducing everything that we have to offer. So I'm just going to dive down into what our program entails. Here we go. I'm going to share my small presentation. Let's see. David, am I able to share?
Yeah, you should be able to, your co-host.
Yes. Okay, here's my, here we go, share. Are you able to see?
Yes.
I'm not sure. Is this okay?
If you click on the
What's missing here? There we go. I see.
yeah.
Okay, great. So I'll be introducing two programs, the liberal arts program and the dual degree program. I will begin with the mother of all international programs, which is the 3-year liberal arts program. This program has actually been running here very successfully for the past 10 years. And around 2020, we opened this amazing venture with the dual degree program, which I will elaborate a bit later about the difference between these programs. So what exactly is the International BA in Liberal Arts? Well, actually, it's a multinational, multicultural, multi-language program. We have students from 30 countries from around the world. So while you join this program, you actually have a microcosmos of the world studying with you. I always say that if you, in normal days, when you walk the corridors of the Gilman building, where the most of our liberal arts studies are done, you would think that you can actually make world peace in 5 minutes, the way that everybody's engaged with everyone, even though people are from completely different areas of the world. We're a boutique program. We have students, we have 200 students from around the world, and this helps us facilitate small classes and enable students to feel very, very comfortable while classes are run and to approach professors and students. We are a 3-year program. What that means is that, well, usually around the world, a BA is done in 4 years. We do it more condensed in a 3-year, 120 credits. This is also, as Louise mentioned before, acknowledged around the world. What separates us from different BAs is that we are a track-based program. What this means is when you enter the liberal arts program, you don't just follow one discipline. As I mentioned, it's multidisciplinary. We review our students as well. When the students apply to our program, we review their application in a holistic approach. What that means is that we don't just look at their GPA, or we don't just look at their essay and their recommendations.
Sorry, Ayala, to interrupt. I'm so sorry.
Yes.
I think you're not actually sharing the full presentation. If you see the little icon on the left-hand side, it looks like a little just beside where the presentation on the left-hand side.
You don't see the presentation?
We see it, but not we don't see it in presentation mode. We see the whole thing. If you share the present, if you view it in presentation.
Do you want me to stop share and begin it again?
Yeah, if you try it again, it should be better.
I stopped share. Okay. And
then once you click share.
I'm sharing. I'm so sorry.
No problem.
And now I'm doing like this.
And then if you click the icon at the left-hand side.
Which one?
Let me, if it will look like this, I'll be share my presentation. You see this icon here? It's on my right-hand side, but it'll be on your left-hand side because you have it on the Hebrew version. You see this icon at the bottom right-hand side? Do you see it? Yeah, it will be on your left-hand side.
It's with a little arrow. That's what I see. That's what I see. This is very odd. This is what I've pressed. This is very odd. How about I would...
you try it again, because I saw it there when you share your screen. It's just someone put a comment in.
Wait, so sorry.
Worries?
Okay, it's this one, right? Do you see this, David? Wait. Technical problems. Okay.
We haven't zoomed for about 2 months, so we're all
Sorry, David.
we haven't zoomed for about 2 months, I think, so we're all a little bit okay.
See this, David? Look here. We're talking about this, right?
Let me see. I can't see it because of my note there. Yeah, do you see the slider with the
Little
the
arrow, right?
percentage? Yes. That's it. Yes, to the right. Yes,
This one.
here. Yeah, click
That's
here.
what I'm pressing. That's what I'm pressing, and you can't see it. I
We
see
don't
it.
see it. Oh, you see
No.
it? No, we don't see
Yeah.
it.
Would it be helpful if I run through the presentation like this?
I think, is that okay for everyone? I think someone put in the chat, Nutori, it's focused on one slide only.
I didn't move slides yet.
Okay.
I was still on the first slide.
Okay. It's okay. Okay, so let's continue
Okay.
as it is. No problem.
I didn't move any slides yet, okay? So I'm going to try and, do you see this slide? Is this okay?
Is that okay for
International
everyone?
BA in Liberal Arts still? Yes, okay, so let's continue. I haven't moved
Okay.
any slides yet, okay? When I move a slide, I'll check with you that we're on top, okay?
Okay.
So, okay. So I'll just go back and saying that we're a track-based program. What this means is when you enter the program, you don't just follow one discipline such as linguistics or psychology. We offer a very, very unique approach. Out of the 8 tracks that you see that we offer here, you will be asked to pick four tracks. And it's kind of a mix and match to enable you to reach out to as many disciplines while you are here. This will serve you to be a more round and ready for life person. You can see here that the tracks that we offer, they're mostly the classic liberal arts, but we also offer life sciences and entrepreneurship and innovation. So with these 8 tracks, you're able to major in any of these tracks, also a minor and 2 basic tracks. So when you pick 4 tracks, one will be your major, another one a minor, and 2 of them as basics. You don't need to decide on this at the beginning, but rather as you continue within the first year. What's very important for me to stress here, there's a lot of information conveyed here from what David said, especially from what Louise said, because we share the liberal arts side of the program. You're not alone here in 2 aspects. First of all, I'll address the academic side. When you come into the program from the beginning, you are assigned an academic advisor. You don't need to decide on how to structure your program on your own. The academic advisor follows you and walks hand in hand with you throughout your course of studies here. What that means is after you've registered and after you've confirmed your place on the program, you meet personally via Zoom with an academic advisor, and you craft your own schedule that fits your interests and your needs. Okay. As I mentioned, we have small classes, and let's continue forward. A little bit about the structure of the program. So in the first year, we have core studies. The core studies everybody needs to take, no matter which track you've picked to study. The core classes are actually the foundation of what we feel that every liberal arts students need in order to understand what the liberal arts are really about. It's going to help you grow from the bottom up. I wanted to tell you something why we think about liberal arts is always very, very important to your personality and to the next step that you will take in life. Many times we have parents, students ask us, so what it is that we do with the liberal arts? Where is it that we go after to the next step? We have many companies coming to us when they reach out to seek for students to take positions. And they tell us many times, we can teach them how to program. We need you to teach them how to think. And this is actually one of the main issues that we pride ourselves in the liberal arts. Because of the way that the program is structured, because of the critical thinking and the analysis that we teach you throughout every track here, this makes you ready for any engagement with any problem that you will later encounter. So other than the core studies that you take in the first year, you will also take required classes of the track that you have picked. Every single track, whether a digital culture and communication, psychology, literature, etc., they all have required classes and elective classes. So in the first year will be core and required. The second year, you will start taking more elective classes and write your seminar papers. And in the third year, you will deepen your knowledge with every single one of your major and your minors. At the end of the third year, you will we will have a graduation ceremony, and you will receive a diploma, the BA in the liberal arts from TAU. A little bit of general information,
we're still on
spring and fall.
Sorry, we're still on slide 2, Ayelet. I think we missed it. Did you move?
How is this? Do you see slide 3, general information?
No, we still see slide 2. So maybe come off it and just come into the normal view. Maybe that might work.
Rain,
yeah.
Something is moving here a little bit slowly. Let's do that. How about this? Do you see this a little better now?
Yeah, now we see it. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. So let's run through this. Okay. So application is done on the TAU portal. You have all the information on our website. I'm sure David will also share that with you as well. A little bit about the requirements. We have spring admissions and also fall. They're both open right now for registration. We need your final high school transcript. If you're still in your senior year for application, then your interim transcript is sufficient. We would need an essay, 2 recommendations, and for all of you who are asking about SATs and ACTs, they're optional for this year. The tuition is, as you see here, it's $15,500 per year, and dorms or meals are around $7,500. Going on to the second program, which is the younger sister, the dual degree program. Everything I just mentioned about the liberal arts is also relevant to this dual degree program. The single but yet significant difference is that instead of completing an entire liberal arts degree here at TAU, after 2 years, you will transfer to Columbia for an additional 2 years. So in general, this is a 4-year program. In the first 2 years that you will do here, you will still the same tracks are available to you. And in years 3 and 4, you see here a little bit. It's just a sample of the different majors that are offered at Columbia. Needless to say, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity joining this program, which offers you also the experience of 2 amazing cities and 2 amazing academic institutions. We already have students that have completed this venture. We have students that are currently at Columbia, and application is already open and will end January 2nd. A little bit how this dual degree program works. There are lots of questions. How are we able to have a dual degree with 2 diplomas after 4 years? A little bit about the nitty-gritty and the numbers. The way that it works is there's a mutual accreditation system between TAU and Columbia. While complete BA, a whole BA at TAU is 120 credits, and Columbia it's 124 credits. So over here at TAU, you will do 2 years, which consist of 80 credits all in all. Out of these, Columbia will transfer 60 credits. During your 2 years at Columbia, you will study an addition 64 credits, and we will transfer back 40. After 4 years, you will receive 2 diplomas, liberal arts from TAU, and a BA from the School of General Studies from Columbia. These are the same degrees you would receive during separate studies. So there's no alternation. It's exactly the same BA diplomas that you would receive from these institutions separately. A little bit general information. The application is very, very similar to what I mentioned in the liberal arts program. It's your final high school transcript, personal essay, recommendations, and here SATs are optional as well. A little bit the cost, it is by the institution where you study. That means that for the first 2 years at TAU, it will be the same tuition that I mentioned, 15.5 per year. And at Columbia, it's around $64,000 per year. This does not include housing, meals, etc. This is in general the introduction of these two programs. I apologize for the technical problems that we encountered. And if anybody has any questions right now for any of us, then please feel free to ask.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Ayelet.
I'll stop the sharing.
Perfect.
Here you go.
Wonderful. So let me just switch off the recording, everyone, just so we can